John Taylor Gatto in his book, Dumbing Us Down, The Hidden Curriculum of Compulsory Schooling. The homeschooling movement has quietly grown to a size where 1.5 million young people are being educated entirely by their own parents. Last month, the Education Press reported the amazing news that, in their ability to think, children schooled at home seem to be 5 or even 10 years ahead of their formally trained peers. Imagine being able to plan your school day around your interests and needs, rather than a schedule designed to accommodate a broad range of students. Both students and parents are finding that homeschooling offers that flexibility along with many other advantages over traditional public or private schools. I attended traditional schools through the 6th grade, and I was homeschooled from the 7th grade until I graduated from high school. Homeschools are a better option than traditional schools because they typically offer supportive social environments, accommodate different learning styles, reinforce beneficial life skills, and provide flexible class schedules. When making the choice to homeschool, we must first consider that attending traditional schools from kindergarten through 12th grade is a norm in our society. According to Lisa Lednicer in the article, "These activists want greater homeschool monitoring," parent groups say no way. Those who are unfamiliar with home education are concerned about how it compares to traditional schools. Those who favor more homeschool regulation mention the need to standardize and monitor the quality of homeschool students' education. According to Susie Austin in the article "New Followers of an Old Path, Homeschoolers," statistics show that despite a lack of close regulation, homeschool students do well on standardized tests. Austin references a National Home Education Research Institute survey, which reveals that homeschoolers scored an average of 37 percentile points above public school students on standardized achievement tests. When I started homeschooling, my standardized test scores were in the average range, but by the time I graduated, my test scores were above average. According to Robin West in the article "The Harms of Homeschooling," those who oppose homeschooling are concerned about the ability of homeschools to provide proper socialization. Traditional schools provide a great deal of social interaction. However, Susie Austin reports that a survey conducted by the National Home Education Research Institute shows that homeschool students do just as well as students who attend traditional schools in self-concept, self-esteem, and the ability to get along in groups. I had more opportunities to make friends and participate in activities that I enjoyed during the time that I was homeschooled compared to when I attended traditional school. One benefit of homeschooling is that it offers a supportive environment that helps students focus on education. According to Jeremy Redford in the article "Homeschooling in the United States, 2012, 91% of parents said that the school environment was a main reason for homeschooling their child. Susan Weiss Bauer and Jessie Weiss, authors of the respected homeschooling guide, The Well-Trained Mind, a guide to classical education at home, write that many families choose to homeschool because of negative peer pressure in the public school classroom. Many parents notice that their child is more influenced by the values and standards of peers rather than the family. Homeschools provide an atmosphere which helps to strengthen families because classes and activities are planned around the family's agenda. According to LaTanya Taylor in the article "Homeschooling Boosts Socialization," home education provides students with many opportunities to develop a positive self-image within a good environment. Homeschooling offers more choices for students to interact with positive role models. Besides having more time with family, students who are homeschooled have the chance to participate in many activities through homeschool associations, community organizations, and churches. Another reason to homeschool is that it accommodates different learning styles. According to Brock Ade and Ferney Ade in the book The Dyslexic Advantage, Unlocking the Hidden Potential of the Dyslexic Brain, homeschools can offer an education that is tailored to individual learning needs. One reason parents choose to homeschool is because their bright children have learning disabilities. For students with learning disabilities, homeschooling eliminates the pressure of comparing personal improvement to peers. Moreover, it helps students to learn to take advantage of their strengths and allows students time to develop their interests. Susan Wise-Bauer and Jessie Wise point out that gifted students feel like they are not being challenged academically by traditional schools. Often, gifted students become bored in traditional schools because material moves too slowly or is not advanced enough. Because homeschoolers are not taught according to age or grade, but according to ability and need, homeschools are able to provide a curriculum that is based on the learning requirements of the individual student. Yet another advantage of homeschool education is that it reinforces beneficial skills that are valuable in all areas of life. Susan Wise-Bauer and Jessie Wise write that homeschoolers are independent learners who practice skills needed for work or college, such as setting goals, managing time, and scheduling tasks. Homeschooling prepares students for the workplace. The home is like a workplace, more like a workplace than a classroom, because it is a mixed-aged, mixed-ability environment. Students who are homeschooled are better prepared to handle the challenges of a work environment. Workplaces demand employees who can manage their priorities. Employees also need the maturity and skills to communicate with their coworkers. Homeschooling also prepares students for college. Once they are in high school, most homeschoolers complete their assignments independently. College work requires students to determine how to complete their assignments and manage their schedules. Additionally, homeschools offer flexible class schedules, which provide a great deal of freedom in both academic and family life. According to Lisa Riviero in the book, The Homeschooling Option, How to Decide When It Is Right for Your Family, homeschooling allows students to place a priority on their academic, emotional, and physical needs. Homeschooling allows students to decide where and when they will study, rather than following someone else's schedule. Students who want to take private lessons to develop a skill in music, art, or sports benefit by having a school schedule that accommodates their lessons. Homeschooling is also a good option for students who have chronic health conditions that require them to miss school due to illness and doctor's appointments. Traditional schools' attendance policies do not accommodate students who need to miss school for personal reasons. According to the Surrey County Schools High School Handbook, students who miss more than 8 days of classes during a semester, whether excused or unexcused, receive a failing grade in that course. On the other hand, homeschooling gives students the ability to do their work and attend to their personal interests without being penalized with a failing grade. Finally, homeschooling has many advantages that make it a better choice for learning. Homeschools offer a good atmosphere, provide for individual learning differences, prepare students for higher education and work, and accommodate each student's schedule. As the homeschooling movement grows, more parents and students are discovering that home education inspires a love of learning and develops the talents and abilities unique to each student.
Very good.